everything that I do on the guitar comes from a musical direction.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about the music. It's not about anything else.
Yeah.
It's about the music. So when I play, if I might choose to play a D there, but then I choose to play it here, it all depends on the tone, the tone that I want.
Yeah.
Or if I want an inflection, I wouldn't,
Yeah.
So the fingering is all to do with the feel and the inflections that I want to get, and the tone of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the important thing. Whatever you play, whether you play things that are complicated or very simple, is that music must be. That's what it's about, really.
Yeah, I think I was going back to what I was saying earlier on about when you were playing just the melody. That's probably connected to that as well, because the melody always sounded great to me, and it probably doesn't maybe sound much to people, but for me it was a big thing, because I had heard people, no disrespect, but probably not giving the melody much respect really. So they were, like you said earlier, they were maybe getting the melody out the road to get to the jazz bit. And but had you stopped at the melody when I first heard you playing, I'd still have been quite happy, because I thought, well, I've experienced something there that's great.
Yeah, the word is lyrical. If you can make the melody, if you can phrase the melody like a singer, and have that lyrical sense to it, then I've said this before, and I've said it before here on this site, is that the reason I was very attracted immediately to Django Reinhardt's playing right from a kid, and I didn't understand why it was. I just said to my dad, it's like his guitar is talking to me.
Yeah.
And there was that direct contact, whereas I didn't hear that with some other musicians.
For me, it was B.B. King.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong is for me.
Louis Armstrong's got that as
another
well.
one.
That's very vocal sounding.
Yeah, B.B. King too.
B.B. King. I think with B.B. King, when I learned guitar at first when I was at school, I'd sort of gravitated towards the Leonard Skinner, the Deep Purple, all that kind of stuff. I missed out the B.B. King stuff, and there used to be a guitar club near me. It was a guy who owned a pub who played guitar, and every Tuesday night.
Guitars and pubs go together in Scotland.
Extremely well. It's a good match. So I used to be sneaked in as the boy because I was still at school, and used to go up there and used to play. And of course, if you're 12 and you can play stuff that adults can't play, then obviously they think you're great. But one night a guy came in and played, and I was watching him. I thought he was fantastic, but he wasn't playing fast. In my kind of 12-year-old head, I couldn't figure out why he sounded a lot better than me and everybody else put together, and he didn't seem to be doing very much. And even at 12, I managed to get enough kind of confidence up to go and say to him, I said, I really enjoyed your playing, it was great. And he said, oh, you're fantastic, son, you're only whatever it is, 12, 13 or something like that. He said, I wish I could play like that. And that's what I was saying to him, yeah, but I don't know. And he said, oh, what you need to do is just listen to B.B. King, Albert King, MD Cole King, Freddie King, Davy King the Butcher, everybody.
Don King, the boxing promoter.
Yeah, that's right. So I kind of, then I bought, still my favourite album, it's called Take It Home. It's a B.B. King, but it's B.B. King and the Crusaders. So it's like got that kind of groove with it. And I just put the album on, and I never put the album off, because then it sort of clicked on me, all the kind of fast stuff, it was irrelevant, because B.B. King sounded better with 2 or 3 notes. So then it was just very similar things, that kind of lyrical thing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So, but I think to do that well, I think it's the same with the jazz thing. You've got to give more of yourself out, So I'm not really playing any licks there. I'm just playing it, and quite often, like with sort of students and stuff like that, sometimes I'll say, try and sing what you're playing. Of course, as soon as you say that, nothing comes out. And I said, well, if you can't sing what you're playing. Yeah. So if you're playing like,
that's one of my main things, is get everyone to sing.
Yeah, and just try and get them. Try and sing because also you're not going to sing something real. You're not going to go, with your voice. You're not going to do some mad sweet picking odyssey. You're going to try and do that, and I think that's with all those things, you know, just like singing what you're playing. It takes a bit of time.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I do on my guitar retreats. I get everything, think, sing, play, and I'll get guitar players to in pairs.
Yeah.
One sings to the other, make it go back, and then because what should then happen eventually? It sounds at first like a little kids game. It's like simple, and I've even had advanced players say to me, "No, well, why are we doing this?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay, we'll do it."
It's
sing something. All right, okay, I get it. Yeah.
And the other thing I do sometimes is play one note blues. So if it's a blues in A, I say you can only play A, that note. You can obviously slide into it and you can use vibrato.
Yeah.
And that just separates the men from the boys a little bit, because the people who are used to, you know, they're suddenly scuppered because you've got one note, and it means that the only thing you've got left is phrasing. Yeah. And if you can't phrase, then you've got the three elements in music of melodic, harmonic, and rhythmic, and we can improvise and create on all three of those. So the way improvisation is taught in jazz always seems to be on the harmonic side of, you know, what you can play harmonically with scales. What I do a lot of the time is I use a mixture of them really, but taking as I said earlier, keeping that thread of the melody or something going through. But what you can also do is just phrase things. So take a phrase just with one note, as you're saying, but then on the chord you're on, then find different variations of playing that phrase over and over again with different notes, and that's another mechanism that we can use. When you're actually doing it, you're not thinking of these things, but you're I'm really subconsciously, that's what I'm doing. I'm going in between those three. I think if you've got one note, then obviously when you change chord as well, then that note has a different impact with that chord. And I think, when I was getting into jazz at the start, all the kind of modes and stuff like that, I can understand what they are and stuff, but they didn't connect with me at all. And I
never did it.
Like watching you playing, I'm thinking that's not about modes. And then people like Joe Pass and all that kind of stuff, you think, no, there's something about that. And I went to a couple of people for a bit of advice, and they were you need to, play all these transcriptions of Charlie Parker stuff. And I didn't make it past page one of any of it. I just thought, no, I've got to go with my ears. And
well, when it comes to it, the two most important things are tone and feel.
Yeah.
If you get a really good sound and you've got a good feel, then you don't have to do very much.
Yeah.
That's why B.B. King is great. That's Mr. Tone, Mr. Feel.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah.
So you must have. I know you've worked a lot on your tone, on sound.
Yeah. With
all the different types of guitars that you play, playing electric and playing jazz guitar, and now with the acoustic. Can you tell us a bit about that? What you actually look for? Just talking about the acoustic guitar.
I think probably a little bit similar to what you were saying in terms of being able to hear each note. So say for example, so there's only two notes, but I quite like the idea that there only is two notes, but you can hear them really clearly. You don't need to do an awful lot. So that bottom note still rings there, and it's nice. So I think maybe it's quite a hard thing to explain that. It's like, when it's something like that that's on the surface quite simple, I suppose, it's making sure you can hear everything you're playing. So if you're only playing two notes, you can hear the two notes, but then if you take it to the next level, it's hearing the two notes at the right volume.
That definition, yeah.
It's the stuff that maybe a lot of people are doing that, you're not really thinking, because loads of people can do that, but it's drawing people into what you're playing. So I'm using hammer-ons, pull-offs, whatever. I'm not doing an awful lot there, but all the notes are ring into each other, and the D, drop D's still ringing. And when you, in a sort of concert situation, you've got a nice sound, I think that just draws audience right in. They just come straight into what you're doing. It's very intimate. I get a lot of people say to me, guitar players say to me,
what kind of pickups are they? Is it stereo or something? Because it's
yeah.
And I just have to explain that. Well, I don't play every note the same.
Yeah.
So every note I play, if I'm playing a chord, say I'm playing 4 notes, I treat every note differently.
Yeah.
So I can change the volume and the tone on every note. That's why it sounds like that. It's not all got the same tone and the same volume. It's each note is treated differently, and I can it's like built-in faders. I can fade them up and down, so they start to think that maybe the guitar is stereo. There's some kind of trickery going on.
I think that's one of the things I noticed, like, about your solo guitar playing. Something I took on board was the same thing. It's like if you're playing, sometimes there's hardly anything going on, sometimes there's a lot going on, but the main thing is that the melody pops out and the feel. And I don't do many kind of straight ahead standards, but with something like Paper Moon or something, so it doesn't swing the whole time. It's the feel goes to it, so it's you're implying it. Yeah, maybe the middle bit. You do that bit in the middle, but I think that was an important lesson for me. That because when you're watching somebody as close up as that, you go, right, okay, that sounds great, and I can see what's going on there. But I think it's catching those little bits of magic in there. I think that's easy to overlook. I think a
lot of guitar players say to me, "Oh yeah, you kept the 4 in the bar going there." I said, "No, I didn't. I wasn't playing 4, but you think I was playing 4 in the bar."
And that's the thing. And the reason is, I think that you imply the time or whatever it is you do, and then the whole thing just seems to flow by. People think that's great a great feel, but I think when then they try to work it out, they're thinking that they've got to play every single thing all the time. You set up a kind of, it's like any groove.
Yeah, constant 4 in a bar wear the listener down, actually.
Yeah, and also
so you've got to have a bit of space.
Yeah, and you need to hear the melody. So, and the melody I think would need to be up the top, and you could maybe sort of have something else that's maybe not quite as important, but the melody should be at the top and then other stuff. But like I say, the feel I think is key, isn't it? That's the main thing.
That's it.